right, let's try this again. I'm going to try and recap the stuff that I posted as a live video yesterday with an update to where I am today and what I'm doing and what the plan is. I'm not exactly sure where I started, but I know that I was pointing out the marker at Crowheart and the fact that there was a black mountain that I should just do north, but I realized because I couldn't zoom in on the picture, you may or may not been able to see that. Sorry, that's something hanging from my rear view that keeps dropping in front of the camera. Also that it just made sense a little while ago because I was driving through Gillette and I saw a sign that said High Plains something or another, and it made me think of the Clint Eastwood movie High Plains Drifter. I had never got it, or I never knew what that inferred. Up here in Wyoming, I'm driving around and it's basically flatlands. I mean, there's some hills and stuff, but I'm anywhere in between 4,500 feet up to 6,100 foot, and I have no idea because it just looks normal. It looks like I'm driving across the San Joaquin Valley. You know, there's little hills and stuff. Big catch between San Joaquin Valley and here is all the hills are green. It's lovely. I had breakfast today in KC, which is not, it's very close to the Hole in the Wall, where the Hole in the Wall gang had their hideout and the big, all the Western classic stuff. I tried to stay in the Hole in the Wall campsite last night, but my poor little Miata wouldn't make the driveway. It was a 6-inch drop off from the gravel road onto basically a trail for cars or trucks, not for Miatas, that went, I don't even know how far back. And I was going to have to open the gate to get in, but I couldn't get there. There's no, I wasn't gonna put my little car through that, much as I would have liked to have seen it, but it ain't happening. Anyways, I'm gonna pull over because this really ain't safe. If I can find a spot to pull over. They don't have a lot of spots to pull over up here, which is kind of funny considering how much of it is historical. Anyways, so I finally got a tent. I did hotels last weekend, all 3 nights after doing the teepee. Hotel 2 nights in Butte, 1 night in a place called Cameroon, Montana. That was outside of Ennis, and also Virginia City. I had dinner in Virginia City a couple nights ago. I met a nice young lady who was also traveling around the country in her SUV. She had friends that flew out to meet her, or was supposed to, did a no-show on her. She had one that she took with her for so far across the country in her SUV, and then dropped her off, I think, at a train station or bus station, something, so that she could go home. And well, this lady continued on her trip. I went, and Virginia City, of course, is another old cowboy reference. So is Ennis. I went I had to go to Idaho to buy the tent because I didn't want to go backwards 100 miles to Missoula or Butte to buy it. So I went down into Idaho to a place called Rexburg. I still hadn't at this point, I still hadn't seen a cigar lounge since Post Falls, Idaho. There, that's better. Anyways, so I did Yellowstone. I didn't get to see Old Faithful, but I saw a whole lot of geysers. I saw a couple of bison. I saw a lot of lovely forest. And while I was up there to see Old Faithful, realized I was at like 8,700 feet up, and it was snow on the ground. And while I was there having a cup of ice cream, it started raining, and then it started hailing. And it was going to be almost 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, I forget exactly, before Old Faithful was going to erupt. So I left because I still didn't have a campground. All of the campgrounds in Yellowstone were full or closed. They don't open till, I heard, June 15th because of weather. I camped outside of, I got out of Yellowstone about 8, after going to Jackson, which was the wrong way. I headed towards Dubois, found a campsite there. I shared with a couple of guys that were traveling across the northern United States to Seattle from New Jersey. One was going to go to work in New York, and the other one, he was going to school. He was going back to school. And anyways, they had done the Grand Tetons the day before. We sat and we talked and had fun, and anyways, next morning we woke up, there was frost on our tents, and then I made it to Casper last night. Finally found a cigar lounge. I am now less than an hour away from Devil's Tower, Wyoming. After I do that, I'm going to head to South Dakota, and I'm going to go through Deadwood, then I'll go through Sturgis, and then I'll head south to Mount Rushmore. And one I'm looking forward to out of Mount Rushmore, South Dakota area, is Crazy Horse. My personal opinion is Mount Rushmore, they destroyed nature, and I'm not real happy about it. I would much rather see the mountains that were there before. Anyways, I've been on the road for 3 weeks. I'm having fun. I've seen so much beauty. I mean, seriously, like, oh yeah, and the people actually pull over if you're stopped on the side of the road up here. It's kind of cool. What was I saying? Oh, I've seen so much beauty. I mean, I've been in the rain now, finally. Yay. It's awesome out here. If you ever get the chance, I highly suggest it. Yeah, so anyways, that's about it. I'll talk to you all again another time. Bye.